Well, there you go. That's LaVernes World. That's my intro. This is my first show of the year. This is 2021, and we are currently in January. I waited until now to kind of launch the show. I've been practicing so far, and everything seems to be working, and I seem to have built the system. And so now I'm here actually broadcasting shows. I don't really have any music for you today. I might, before the end of the show, I might throw some in. But this might even be a short show. This is really an explanation. This is LaVernes' worldview. And it's my point of view. It's my world. You see, I'm in my own spacecraft with the Earth below me, so I can be above it all, and I can be, look at things in a more general way before we kind of grill into the specifics and see how things are going, generally speaking. And that's kind of what the show's about. And I'll have all different kinds of, hopefully, people to talk to this year, and interview, and music, and art, and entertainment. This is the Saturday show. It should be on around noon. I'm not even sure what time it is. It's 12:32, so I'm a half hour late. So in the noon time, 12 to 1, I'm going to have this show going. So hopefully it'll get, better. I'll be able to do this better. But let's go to the lounge. Let's go to where we can chill and make our day happy here. All right, there you go. So, I can finally relax. Got my green screen working. My aquarium seems to be working. Everything seems to be going good. So, what I wanted to talk about today is kind of my foundation of my creation. I grew up here in Omaha, Nebraska. I grew up as an upper middle class person in the country club area, brick home, nice car, Catholic church, public school, Boy Scouts, swimming lessons, the whole business. So I had an upper middle class lifestyle. I'm 60 years old right now. And so what we're looking at here is I had a really good life. I didn't have any of the negative troubles that the Catholic Church seems to be known for these days. I went through blissfully. I had a wonderful time. And Boy Scouts the same way, camping, hiking, high adventures, canoeing, boating, the whole business. I did things that I never would have had an opportunity to do any other way besides that. So I really had a good time with Boy Scouts, never had any of the negative effects that so many people seem to report now these days about what happened to them in the past. And I just didn't see any of that. I was a kid, so, why would you kind of thing. And so, I'm a large white male, 6'5", 230 pounds. So I am very much aware of where I live in Nebraska, in the United States. My privilege as a large white man. I'm very much aware, and that hopefully will come across in the show that, I can talk about where other people will talk about the negatives of not having privilege. I can tell you that I witnessed those privileges, that I know that that's true. You don't have to convince me that I have some sort of white privilege in America. It's obvious, and I could tell you a million stories about how it's obvious. But anyway, that's what the show is going to be. I'm LaVerne, and I'm hoping that it'll be interesting and that people would watch it. We'll see. Right now it's going to 3 different locations. That seems to be kind of my system max. That seems to work good. But anyway, so what I really wanted to talk about is my early training and learning, which might help today. So the last 4 years, we've seen a lot of negativity, a lot of arguing, a lot of people just calling you names. You go on the Facebook and people call you names, and you're just like, you don't even know me. Why you call? Did your mother teach you to call me a name? I mean, you're having a political conversation and you just resort to name calling. I mean, who taught people to do that? I know it wasn't their mother. So anyway, that's the thing. I was wondering why that huge negativity, why that nasty, angry, everybody's mean kind of thing going on. And a lot of it's crouched in, Christianity. A lot of it's crouched in religious zealousy, and so I really wanted to come here and kind of straighten things out in a way. And what I mean by that is 2,000 years ago, this is what the story is, a guy named Jesus came along. And the reason this moment, regardless if it's true or if it's just a story or if somebody just wrote down a nice little parable for us to learn from, what's really good about it is it's taking a legacy of eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, revenge upon each other, anger, revenge. It's took that legacy of thousands of years and said, hey, how about if we turn the other cheek when somebody slaps us? How about we give our shirt when they ask for our coat? Give it both. How about not covet your neighbor's stuff? How about it's not what goes into your mouth that causes trouble, it's what comes out of your mouth that causes trouble. How about if you're looking for me, look into the least of your brother's eyeball and you'll find me. So what he was trying to say there is that we're no longer going to do revenge and anger and horribleness, and we're going to do a thing called love and compassion. And that was a huge sea change in the human experience. And it happened 2,000 years ago, and we are still working on this. Given the story, here's this guy, he said, let's quit being mean to each other. And when you look at laws that the United States, we're such a great country and be proud. We're such a screwed up country that we actually have to make laws so people will be nice to each other. So they'll let you eat dinner at the same restaurant or let you use the same bathroom or get educated from the same education system. What we're talking about is being nice. Be nice. And what Jesus asked everybody to do, which was real simple, and it's regardless of how the church tells you today, it's regardless of how the born-again Christians tell you today, it's regardless of what anybody else interprets, the primary message from Jesus was love your neighbor as yourself. If you love yourself so much, you're willing to die for your country, well, I need you to love your neighbor. I need you to be willing to die for your neighbor also, not just for your country. I need you to be able to be willing to die for any human being that needs your help. That's what you need to do. That's what Jesus asked everybody to do, is to be nice to one another. And we can shift out of all this and just be nice. And it's not really that difficult. You can read the scriptures all day, people retreat the scriptures all day, but no one ever just sums it up and says, hey, people, let's just be nice to each other. We don't have to be mean and cruel and horrible. We can be nice. So, if you get confused in the world, or if you get yourself angry and an uproar or whatever, ask yourself, am I being nice? Am I extending the most amount of generosity as I possibly can give? Because, in this country now, even the poorest person has a better day than poor people in other countries. But we have so much farther to go. What is wrong with healthcare for everybody? What is wrong with industry and business still being industrial and businessy, but doing it without polluting the planet? What is so wrong with running our cars and our homes and all of our businesses off of solar and wind? You don't think it can be done? It doesn't matter what the naysayers are saying, the train has left the station. So there's a manufacturing facility on the East Coast that manufactures solar panels, and the very first thing they did was put solar on top of the factory, so the sun is now manufacturing solar panels. And once you convert your system over, then the sun will be doing the work for us. The wind will be doing the work for us. Ocean wave technology will be doing the work for us. The difference between hot and cold in the ground will be doing work for us. Hydropower will be doing work for us. So there's a lot of ways of getting work done without having to struggle, without having to pollute the planet to do so. And changing all the systems just means it's less noisy. I mean, if you think of all electric cars, less noisy. Okay? Everything gets improved. What's the problem? So, being nice to one another, sharing the gift of our largesse that we have here in the United States. You know, Warren Buffett says we have $100 trillion worth of household wealth, and we're over here picking on the billionaires when we're the people who got $100 trillion worth of household wealth. So everybody's always picking on one another. Let's just quit that. Let's work together. So in the last 4 years, there was really no point of me having a show. There was no point of advocating for anything because there was nobody home listening. Last 4 years in the government, nobody's home listening. Everybody was just standing back to see what happened. Now we have a new government, a new federal government, and now people are listening again. Now the agencies are full of people again. Now those agencies are ready to work again. Now we can go after the Environmental Protection Agency. Now we can go after water quality, air quality. Now we can go after the things that we want. Healthcare for children, healthcare for adults, healthcare for everybody. Education available to everybody. High-speed internet. I mean, we all should be having fiber optics to every single home, so every single home can do everything it possibly would want to do, from business to home to entertainment to education to whatever it wants to do. So we have, people say we have huge challenges. It's not a challenge to lay fiber optic. It just costs money. Then you got to hire people, and that creates jobs. It's not a big deal to set up solar panels on top of parking lots and battery banks inside those parking lots, and then chargers for electric cars. None of this is a big deal. It's just a matter of work. It's just a matter of a lot of work we got to do. It's a big conversion. It's an infrastructure. To me, these are all infrastructure bills that need to be put in place so we can convert the entire system, and it becomes much more efficient. And efficiency always creates more wealth for everybody. That's the bottom line. So when you make the system more efficient, taking care of more people rise up. So it behooves me. But we did the experiment last 4 years. We put somebody in there that didn't know how to run government and didn't know what to do with the government. And maybe his full-time job was to just destroy the government and to put us back as far as we could for 4 years, to give other people, such as maybe Russia, a head start in agricultural sales to China, or a head start in treaties with other countries about exchanging goods and services. If we're not on the world stage at the tables having a conversation with people, well, somebody else is. There's no void. The Russians step in, the Chinese step in. Lots of other people are willing to step into that position when we step out. So it doesn't help anything to step out of these agreements and out of these things, because it just means that our voice is no longer being heard. And as a person who lives in a democracy, I want my voice heard. And I want my government to respond to my voice, to the things that I ask for and the things that I say. I pay taxes, and I want good service back from the government for those taxes. It's just like anything else. So, anyway, I guess that's my rave for the day, my rant. I was gonna, maybe put in some music or something, but as my first show on a Saturday, I just thought I'd kind of let that go and kind of give you the basis of who I am. I'm somebody who believes in Jesus when he asks everybody to turn the cheek and give the coat and be kind to your neighbors and do all the rest. So I wonder if you can hear what's on the other side of this wall. Somebody's decided to build a city, I guess, on the other side of my wall here, but whatever. That's kind of hilarious. We'll see if it comes through with the microphone, how well this is insulated. I can hear it plain as day, and I'm half deaf. But anyway, so I just wanted to say those things, and that's all there really is to say about stuff. Is I want people to be nice. I want people to know that I understand. I can see. I can hear. I believe in what I see and what I hear. It's too bad that we seem to have a lot of people in the country who see and believe completely bizarre things that have nothing to do with reality. But hey, that's our country. We're free to believe in fantasy. We're free to believe in non-reality because we're free people. You see, that's how you know we're free. When half the country starts spouting crazy stuff, well, you must be free, because I tell you what, other countries, non-free countries, would not let you start spouting crazy stuff about their leaders. And so the fact that the most insane things about our leaders are being said, that means that we're still free. That means our democracy is at work and it's working good, and we're just humming along down the street. Now, because our educational system didn't bring a growth of educated people to, not fall for what really is entertainment and not to be real, well, what can you do, I mean, for lots of years, humans have fallen for falsehoods, and so, just another year of that. But the next 4 years, I think, is going to be awesome. We have people who are running the government, who know how to run the government, and I'm very excited about pushing. This is not the time, if you're a liberal or a Democrat or a progressive or somebody who wants to see this government succeed, this is not the time to sit back and go, well, we got him in there, we can sit back and relax. No, this is the time to push. Last 4 years, you should have been napping because there was nothing to do. This next 4 years, it's push, 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 push. We have people in there that are listening and will respond to us. So we need to push. Solar panels everywhere. That's what we need to push. Electric cars everywhere. That's what we need to push. Clean water everywhere. That's what we need to push. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to spend this year, the next 4 years, pushing and advocating for the things we want to do. So, what can you do? If you want to believe in weirdness, whatever, that's your business. But I am going to not believe in weirdnesses and enjoy my day. So, well, anyway, so that's my Sunday show. Sorry I didn't bring any music or any food. I was going to shoot a quick little food thing, but then I just ate because I was starving to death. So, sometimes it's hard to do these things. So we're going to go back on upstairs. There you go. And looks like we're about ready to have a rest of our day. It's Saturday, and I just want everybody to know that they are lucky because we get to do this. We get to have internet. We get to have electricity. I mean, really, there was before electricity and after electricity. There was before Jesus and after Jesus. There's these moments in time where huge changes have taken place. We're living that change now. So, enjoy the life, enjoy your living. And if you got anything to say, you can make comments. I might respond. Who knows? Hard for me to, because sometimes I just don't respond. So anyway, thank you much and have a glorious day. Bye.